new study from Jacob. He works really hard on these. You ask, he listens. We had many people ask for the 1 DTE instead of the 0 DTE.
Yes, and a lot of it was trying to eliminate pattern day trading rule. The breaking news is apparently it's being knocked down, but not yet. Like it's voted on, it's okay, but it's going to take a little while for it to filter out.
The wheels are in motion. The wheels are in motion. It's coming. Be patient. Anyone with the smaller account, that pattern day trading rule is changing, so just be a little patient with it. But that's why we got this request for the 1 DTE, studying these trades. If you use the 1 DTE, you don't have to get in and out in a day, and that avoids that.
Correct. I mean, you could. Okay, so let's jump into the study, trading 0 DTEs with 1 DTEs, part 1.
All right. 0 DTE options have attracted a growing base of active traders, but the opportunity doesn't begin at the open. The options exist and are tradable well before they become 0 DTEs. And you saw that yesterday we did a 7 DTE Jade Lizard.
Yes, and I've been doing that every day. That's on the docket. I've got Jacob in the queue for the 7 DTE
working
Jade
on that
Lizard.
one.
Okay, selling premium the day before expiration means carrying overnight risk, but it also means collecting additional time value.
Right, you're getting further, your strikes are further, or maybe you're taking in a little more credit, but is it worth the overnight risk?
We will see.
We will see. Last week we explored using the expected move to scale our strike selection with volatility and time until expiration. Today we use the same framework but selling 1 DTE positions just before the end of the day rather than true 0 DTEs at the open. So this is just before the close. Doesn't matter what time zone we're in. We get a lot of emails of what time zone are we in?
Just before the close.
Just before the close.
Okay, so the question is, does the extra overnight premium justify the risks of holding through the night? Let's look at how 1 DTE entries into short put verticals performed compared to their same day counterparts.
Okay, so here's the study. Using 3 years of data in the 0 DTE SPX options collected every 10 minutes. Why do we use 3 years of data?
I'm so glad you asked this question, Jenny Andrews. We're actually answering emails out loud in our head. We got a lot of these today. Because SPX 0 DTE options are new. They're toddlers. They're 3 years old. We're using all the data since they've been invented. So they're constantly adding new products. When we were on the trading floor, just the monthlies.
We had only monthlies. And then at some point in time, weeklies were invented. And then they started Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And now we have every day of the week.
Yes.
So these 0 DTEs in the SPX have only been around for 3 years. That's why we only have 3 years of data.
So they have, in my opinion, have exploded the industry so much it's been the biggest game changer I've seen in my 30-year trading career.
Liz, we've been trading since I came down to the floor in 1997. In 1997, I've been trading that long. These last 2 years, I've questioned, should I just trade these 0 DTEs?
I have also laid awake at night questioning the exact same thing. Should it just be 0 DTEs?
Should it just
we met a trader who was a good friend of mine from years ago in the basement. He's like, you don't need it. He's like, all I do is trade 0 DTEs. And he's trading XSP.
Right, you can pick
whatever.
Pick whatever you want.
Pick whatever.
Okay, now I lost track. Oh, you're next up.
Considering the results from selling 1 DTE put spreads Monday through Thursday, 15 minutes before the close, placing the short strikes at the expected move and the long strikes 10, 20, or 30, springboarding what we did last time.
And I love that Jacob separates this, and he's also looking at selling Mondays on Friday. So near Friday's close, selling Mondays, which is different. You've got the weekend risk, but you're going to get your strikes much further.
You get much further. And they experimented with closing winners at either 25 or 50% of max profit while leaving losers and small winners through the close.
Now, you don't have to worry about getting filled and getting in and out of a trade in one day if you're worried about that PDT, because if you're putting these on at the end of the day, you don't have a chance of filling until the next day.
Good point.
Yeah, so you don't have to, because at first, if you put them on the open, you could take 25%, but these are going on at the very end of the day.
Well, it says, I guess there is probably, it could happen. If you put it on 15 minutes before the close and you get a massive rally and you got your GTC in, it could happen.
Oh, because it's just a put spread.
It could happen, but it's going to be, I don't think you're going to worry about the PDT where it's again.
Yes.
Fair enough. I just want to clear it that it's a possibility.
Okay. All right. So examine the total number of winning trades, the total profits or losses, and the frequency with which overnight trades profited sufficiently to be closed within 10 minutes of the open. I mean, that's just like you get an up open.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And then all trades were assumed to exercise at mid-price. All times are Chicago. And 0 DTE results are replicated from our previous study for comparison.
Okay. So here we go. This is just looking at the $10 wide wings. End of the day, End of the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, selling a $10 wide.
So the ones next to it. So you've got the 1 DTE, and then they put what? They put the last week's study there for comparison.
Yes, so you've got selling the 1 DTE closed at 25%, 1 DTE closed at 50%, or the 0 DTE, to Liz's point, the study we just did.
Yes, yesterday.
The 1 DTEs don't work. With the $10 wide, at the end of the day, the results are not good. It just didn't work.
It didn't work. The overnight risk wasn't worth the reward.
It didn't. You weren't getting far enough away with your strike to be worth the risk of the overnight move.
Yes, because anything can happen overnight. Okay, now next up. So this is $20 wide rings. And you'll notice it's kind of the same thing. They're not working. It's not worth the overnight risk. And I don't like having risk on overnight. I like when this pattern day trading rule gets knocked down, the in and out, and you can walk away and be on vacation. Don't worry about what the market does the next day.
That's the whole point of, I feel like the whole point of a lot of these 0 DTEs, and when we talk about should we switch, should we throw out our equity positions and just trade these 0 DTEs, the whole point is to have nothing on at 3 p.m. when the bell rings. Free and clear.
You're whistling Dixie down the street to go get
go to bed at night, not a care in the world.
Agreed.
Yes.
That's one of the perks.
Yes. So here, overnight, 1 DT didn't work again. $20 wide didn't work.
Let's look at the $30 wide.
But I'm glad we're doing this study because we've gotten lots of requests for it.
Yes. And so now we're on the $30 wide, and you'll notice the theme is the same. It still didn't work. It's a negative P&L per trade.
Oh, so we could put this to bed. A Monday night selling the Tuesday put spread doesn't work. And I'm going to guess selling the Iron Condor doesn't work either.
Oh, yeah, that'd be very tricky for me to do.
So,
but there is one more that does work.
Let me see it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Friday.
Not bad, because you've got the weekend news coming, the weekend risk, but you're getting your strikes much further away. So selling at the end of the day Friday actually works. Selling Mondays on Friday actually worked. This is the first one that worked.
And the $10 wide, 25% works. The $10 wide, 50% works. 20 at both of them. Every single one works. Now keep in mind, your profit potentials on the $10, or your profit on the $10 is much less than it is on the $30. Because you're taking on much more risk of that $30.
Now, are you going to start doing this?
No.
I might.
I might on Fridays.
Right, on Fridays. I might on Fridays. And again, not like load up and do, let's say on these 0 DTEs, I'm not going to talk about Jack Tucker because he takes tons of risk. But let's say you take $5,000 in risk on these 0 DTEs in a day. I might not do 5 of these on a Friday, but maybe I'll do 1 and start and ease in slow and start trying them on Fridays.
It's not bad. And so the whole point, I'm going to go to the takeaways, and I'm going to edify something you said. But as we look for more ways to participate in the extremely liquid 0 DTE markets, selling very slightly longer dated positions is a natural next step.
Okay.
It's a question.
Overall, the extra credit from selling the night before was not enough to compensate for overnight exposure. Positions that moved against us had no opportunity for adjustment while the market was closed.
It's true, okay? And many positions did hit their profit targets overnight, but others arrived at expiration day having already absorbed the worst of the damage. So what are you going to do if you open up with it being a loss?
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? Weekend put spreads were the exception, rewarding the overnight seller, aided in part by a market that has tended to open Monday with a tailwind over the past few years.
That's what I was going to say. I read that takeaway and I was like, that makes sense. And we're just taking the last 3 years. There seems to be some type of you open up Monday and there is a little bit of a pop. But no, there's no real reason behind it. I don't know why.
So I'm curious as to how many day traders are actually at their computer 2:50, because it says 10 minutes before the close, 2:50 on a Friday, or are people already starting the weekend?
No, I think you got your extremists, as Mikey likes to call us, because I say addicts. I'm there at 2:50.
You're there at 2:50 on a Friday. I probably am too.
You are. I know you are.
I know, because we're on the phone.
She's trying to pretend like she's cool.
I'm already out. I'm already out. Happy hour. So I'm going to try it, 2:50 on Friday.
Yeah, it's worth it. So it's something to add to it. I'm glad you said this isn't something that I'm going to take all my, load the flotola in, but I might dabble.
Yeah.
I might dabble on a Friday.
Right. I'll just do 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I I have to, again, start scaling myself up with these 0 DTEs and scaling myself back on some of the equities. I like the idea of, and I would never do too many of these weekend overnighters because then you don't have the luxury of whistling Dixie down the street.
You don't. And then it's 2 days of no whistling Dixie.
Yeah. All right, so that I think is a wrap. Did we get through all the takeaways?
I think we did.
All right. Another great study from Jacob. We've got more in the queue, so stay tuned for more of these.
This is part 1, so I think he's a 3-part series, and then we've asked him for the Jade Lizard. So hopefully we'll be adding and compounding onto these. But that was a really good one.